we started learning the process, and that's why 8 years later I'm still here.
Yeah, but he was almost such a non-factor compared to Trump. I mean, Ron Paul was, look, you see his little billboards up and stuff, and then he just goes away. Donald Trump isn't going away. That's my point. Not since Ross Perot.
That is true, but the genesis of it was him.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, but he was such small potatoes compared to what we're facing now.
That's true. But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you know what Ron Paul was? He was like a sitcom that came on and had like 3 episodes and then was canceled. And Trump, people want to cancel the show, but it's not being canceled. Right. You know, because the ratings are high.
Because he owns everything.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Jimmy. You let us know. Like I said, it's the ones on the first vote that bother me the most, and as long as there's no shenanigans where they're bringing in the Romney-Ryan, because there is a ticket. I mean, they filled out the paperwork in January for Romney-Ryan. It's still there. Yeah.
What a...
I can't imagine anyone having the guts to try and do that, but you never know. All right. Well, thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate the call. Let us know.
Have a good day.
You too, Jimmy.
Let's take Mike from Ann Arbor. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, you better cool down a little bit. My God, you're going to end up on a gurney in the emergency room, for crying out loud.
Hey, Mike, I'm so glad you're okay, man. Did you hear the American Dream at all?
No, I didn't. I was taking a little bit of a rest. Why?
Because I heard you call into Linda last Saturday, and I was horrified that you had the heart attack, and I was so relieved at the same time that you're okay. And I just wanted to say this to you. And I know I'm going to butcher it, but I'm going to do my best. Mike Drago mi jeda si okay.
I have no idea what you said.
That was my attempt at Croatian to say, Mike.
Oh,
I'm glad you're okay.
Falati. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. You're one of my all-time.
That was a good try. No, thank you very much.
You're one of my all-time.
It was a very scary situation. Basically, the doctor told me after they did this procedure that 5 or 10 days later I might have had the major heart attack and never been here again. So,
oh man,
it was scary. So when I heard Gary going overboard, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, Gary, cool it down a little bit." Hey, I'm glad to hear Jimmy say, "I'm doing fine right now. I've got a great nurse, my wife. She's got the whip. She's whipping me, not to eat things." And so I'm listening to her. I'm glad to see somebody knows how to pronounce Kasich, not Kasich. Jimmy, you're correct, 100%. When you're talking about Trump, I think what Trump has basically done, he's changed American politics probably forever. And one of the things that he's done is that if you stand up to the media, they're going to try to butcher you, but I've got to give him tremendous credit. This guy over the last 2 weeks has taken a royal beating, and he's still standing. And one thing, and I talked to Theron the other day about this, there is now evidence that Mr. Cruz and his group were behind the Corey Lewandowski scandal that was brewing about a week ago, because he's being supported by a gentleman named Robert Mercer.
Yeah, who owns Breitbart.
Yes, and he has, according to the article that it was on Michael Savage's, Michael read it, and I mean, he was outraged. I was outraged when I heard this. $11 million has been poured into the Cruz campaign by this guy, and this guy is a bit of a sleazeball. And so when you get something like this, and what really upset me about Cruz, I will vote for the guy if he is the nominee. But here's the point I'm getting at. I was appalled when I saw him dumping on Trump and demanding that Trump fire Lewandowski. This showed a tremendous amount of courage on the part of Trump. And Trump's explanation, I'm not going to ruin a man's life for nothing. And if you see that tape, you can see that nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen 3 or 4 angles of that incident, and they're all garbage. That woman is a liar. She's a scam artist. Michelle Fields should be in jail for filing a fake police report, if you ask me.
And even if she did go to the ground, if he's trying to protect Trump, I mean, that's doing the right thing. You don't take chances in risking your candidate being injured or even killed. You take a quick little pen pick into the arm with some poison and you're dead. In today's world, you can't take chances on anything.
You know, the thing is, what if she had a 22 or a 38 or something like this, and popped a few rounds into the guy, and the guy goes down and dies? Then everybody would have been all over Corey Lewandowski and the people that were supposedly guarding him. This is a time and age when you cannot take chances like that.
Exactly.
And for a guy like, and Kasich was just as bad, but for Cruz to sit there and pontificate like a preacher, you know, and morally you're wrong. This is attacking women and everything else. The one thing that I wish that Trump would do is not go on MSNBC with people like Matthews and some of these people. You know they're going to sit there and throw garbage at you and use it against you. And by the way, I think those polls versus Trump versus Hillary, I think they're garbage. I agree with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got to go, but take it easy. Don't run your blood pressure. You never know when it's going to hit you. And
hey, Mike,
listen to your doctor.
Mike,
and thank you very much for your Croatian attempt.
Hey, you're very welcome, Mike. And I just wanted to say that I think you know this, but you're one of my all-time favorite callers. You're always so articulate, knowledgeable, passionate. You could definitely have a talk show of your own with no problem.
Can I tell you something? I noticed over the last 5 or 6 weeks that my speech was a little bit off, and that I was kind of looking for words, and that was one of the problems. One artery was 98% blocked, the other was 78.
Wow.
I mean, that's how bad it is. And I can tell you something right now that scares the bejesus out of you. I'm 71 years old, and the doctor told me, he says, "You're lucky that you've got the heart of a 20-year-old." Because I was very active. But watch what you eat. Don't lose your temper, and watch your blood pressure. And God bless you guys. And thank you. Imaj dobar dan i imaj dobro spavanje i nemoj piti previše alkohola i hamburgeri. I said, have a good day, have a good night, have a good sleep. Don't drink too much beer, and don't eat too many hamburgers.
I love it. Love it.
Mike.
Have a good one, guys.
Take
care, Mike.
I love you guys. Bye.
Love you, man.
All right, so
he's a great guy. I love Mike.
Yeah, and we lost Matt from Lakes Area Tea Party was calling in. So Matt, if you're still listening, call back. I wanted to get you. I know it's sometimes kind of hard. Well, let's talk a little bit about abortion. Well, we got a couple of minutes here.
Okay.
Because they railed on Trump for punishing the woman who got the abortion a little bit, and I know some people may take offense at that, but listen, I guess if you're drunk driving, breaking the law, doesn't the drunk driver go to jail? Right? I guess I'm trying to say is if there's a law and somebody's breaking the law, you're supposed to be punished for it.
Well, and they kind of came out and said, well, the woman's the victim for needing the abortion, having the abortion, but still, technically, the law is being violated if, in theory, there's a total ban on abortion.
Yeah.
And my analogy is this, and I'm sure this is going to get me in big trouble, but I'm going to say it anyway. Trump then flip-flopped and said, no, the person providing the service, meaning the doctor or whomever,
who's also
providing violating the law, they're the ones that should be punished and not the woman because you got so much heat. So, okay, but I'm thinking to myself, in defense of Trump, if I want to be consistent, and, I'm sure this is going to get me in trouble, but that's like saying, okay, if a John goes to a prostitute, the prostitute is providing the service, so she should be punished, and the John should never be punished.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
right. Which is opposite, because now we punish the Johns as well, right?
Well, yeah. I mean not that I have any experience from this, but I've heard, the car is gone. You're talking legal fees. You're on a sex offender list, I believe. Yeah. All this stuff. Yeah. And so, again, does it go back to just because it's a woman, so therefore, the woman can never be the perp?
I don't know. It does sound like a little double standard, yes.
It does. So, I've stirred the pot, I'm sure.
It's a tough
I don't have a dog in the fight, but I'm just trying to be Mr. Talk Show
Derek,
host.
how much time we got? Do I have time to get Jenny in? 1 minute. Jenny, you got 1 minute. Go, girl.
You go, girl.
I'm trying to get through Mark Levin's podcast lately. I'm behind 3 of them. I'm in the first one. He's defending this woman. I'm having a hard time.
Well, I've been having a hard time with Mark Levin for quite a few months, but that's me.
I'm in the way Cruz acted. It was disgusting. Trump was really decent in supporting his man.
Yeah.
And the way Cruz came out and acted, he was arrogant and I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, understandable, Jenny. We'll talk a little bit about that on the other side of the break. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right. Yep. Take care.
People are always on the move, driving to work, getting the groceries, hauling the kids to soccer. How do they keep up to date? They listen to Wham Talk 1600, just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham for intelligent conversation with hosts like Bill Bennett, Glenn Beck, and Thayrone X. They stay tuned in for Fox updates, and they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 and advertise your business on Wham Talk 1600.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Presidential hopefuls trying to get their messages out ahead of the Wisconsin primary Tuesday. Sarah Palin introducing Donald Trump at a rally in Racine, Wisconsin.
Under this next president of the United States, Donald Trump, we together will make America great again.
The GOP frontrunner is trailing Ted Cruz, according to polls in that state. Cruz is currently in Fargo, North Dakota at the GOP convention.
If I'm elected president, we will repeal every word of Obamacare.
And some answers out on that listeria contamination which hit Bluebell Creameries last year. The company has reportedly told federal inspectors it believes that listeria bacteria spread at its Oklahoma plant through a drainage system released into the air, then settled on nearby equipment. Fox News, we report. You decide.
It's time now for Wham Talk 1600's Community Calendar with Brandon Drake.
The Ann Arbor Free Methodist Church is hosting a community praise and worship event on Tuesday, April 12th from 7 to 8 p.m. with doors opening at 6:45 p.m. You'll be led by a talented group of young millennials from several churches. It's the Ann Arbor Free Methodist Church's last day as there's been a difficult decision to close the church. The church wants to leave the community on an uplifting note. All ages are welcome. The event will be held at the church at 1951 Newport Road in Ann Arbor. The Longest Day is a team event to raise funds and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association. Held annually on the summer solstice, the duration of this sunrise to sunset event symbolizes the challenging journey of those living with the disease and their caregivers. Teams are encouraged to create their own experience as they fundraise and participate in an activity they love to honor someone facing the disease. The Longest Day for Alzheimer's takes place June 20th. To learn more, visit alz.org. Job seekers with any level of experience can find support through Michigan Works Job Seeker Services 5 days a week at the Michigan Works One-Stop Center at 304 Harriet Street in Ypsilanti. For those unable to make it to the center, Michigan Works also brings services to communities at selected dates and times each month. For more information about job seeker services, please call 734-714-9814.
You've been listening to the Wham Community Calendar. To have your event publicized, email community@whamradio.com or write to Brandon Drake, COWAAM, 4230 Packard Road, Ann Arbor, 48108. Wham Talk 1600. In touch with your community.
People love me. And you know what? I've been very successful. Everybody loves me.
I didn't realize that it was like a sexual attraction.
Donald Trump. You've always gotten beautiful women. You've ruined more models' lives than bulimia. You've disappointed more women than Sex and the City 2. But that's all behind him now. Donald is very happy with his lovely wife, insert name here. I joke. Donald's wife's name is Melania. Mr. Trump, you are someone to be admired. You have overcome obstacles to become a huge success. You've put up more worthless hotels than a kid playing Monopoly. Still, you have made Trump more than just a name. You've made it a brand like Massengill, because you're a bloated, stinky douche. Thank you. Good night.
Lisa Lampanelli.
That was the great Lisa Lampanelli.
Yeah.
Love
now,
her.
That was the roast, right?
That was the roast, and as you can tell, I edited the crap out of it.